Today we're going to install this foldable handlebar. You can see the 010X is 010X. Does not come with a foldable handlebar. Plus, it tapers significantly to 31.8 millimeters, or it tapers significantly to a thicker stem, the clamp part, making it hard to mount anything near this part. So adding on accessory is very difficult because of that. So everything has to be clamped near the edge. Plus there's no folding mechanism. So we got this from Amazon. Everybody sells it. There are some variations of this in China. Here's what it looks like. There is a problem with this installing onto scooters. It's designed for a bicycle. This will need to be modified. Again, what happens is if you were to install it like a bicycle, like so, the swept back would swept back this way, right? The problem again is when you decide to fold and then you bring this steering tube down, it's going to come down and hit this, so that doesn't work. It actually has to fold down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all the components off the steering, right? Right side, same way, 4 millimeters. Just have to loosen it a few turns. Yep, it's already loose, and then take the plastic off. Remove the 3 millimeter screw. In order to take this front brake lever off, just loosen that screw and the lever can slide off. Okay, once it's loose, see it slides. Okay, to remove the key lock now, it's a 2.5 millimeter hex screw and it's right here. See, and that's it. Next we'll loosen on the left hand side, we'll have to loosen this switch first, the eco and the single dual switch first. Okay, the screw for that is right there. Too tight. Yeah. It's loose. Once it's loose, it's good. Yep, next we remove the left hand brake. Again, that screw is on the bottom here.
This way.
Yep. That's it. It's loose. Okay, now this is loose, this is loose. We'll loosen the mirror. That's an 8 millimeter hex.
One more.
Let it down.
Quarter turn.
Okay, so that's loosened. Now is the bell. The bell, it's a standard size Phillip. That's it. Okay, it's all loose. Now that we have all the components loose, all we have to do is loosen the top and then loosen the bottom. Take this clamp off, this stem clamp, and that will loosen the handlebar enough to be able to pull the components out. Take this off. So completely take the stem clamp off to the handlebars. Okay. So handlebars out, clamps out. Go into this. Don't need that, yeah. Alright, now you can see once it's loosened, how they just pull these things off together. Yeah, it should come off. There's one side.
Yeah.
And then we'll pull this side off. Just gotta come together. There it is. So that's off. I want to demonstrate here that you see that the swept back is actually swept down right now and the handlebar folds down. However, that's not what we want, because when you cannot ride with the swept back bending down. You actually want the swept back to actually bend back towards the rider. But the problem is it folds back to the driver too. So what we're going to do is we're going to re-drill this hole. They're actually pretty loose, they're not tight. That's what it looks like. Countersunk screw. This side should come off now, this one side. You can see there are these plastic washers. We're not going to use them. There, so what we're going to basically do is take this and turn it this way. You can see that it's now, even though this is pointed up and it will fold down, which is what we want to do, it's actually swept back. See that? So we'll have to do that same thing to this side. Okay, so we'll take this side out too. And this comes off. So this looks to be about 6 millimeters. So what we're going to need is a 6 millimeter drill. That's what this is. This clamp as your jig, and you use this hole as a guide. And this will be this way. Pretty simple. To mark the center, to determine whether this is center, you can see the line here. Right? You want it right on that Allen adjustment there. Once you have the right position, all you do is simply close. So you'll drill with the drill press right through here, right through. That way, this is your guide. The steering is exactly aligned together. Is you can put the two drill bits together and see if they're aligned. See that? You can see that the pins now fit easily. So now we're back to putting it onto the clamp here. That was pretty easy. It's in, there it is. Bars are now swept back and what folds down. And we just tighten them in. Now we just have to install it back. There it is, the handlebar. Oh no, 4 millimeters. Allen key. So just to demonstrate that the fold, how the fold works. And see, it folds down. So when this collapses down, it's actually out of the way. This has to come up. This folds in. It goes this way. Throttle display. And then the brake, the front brake. Okay, here. See? This can actually go up.
This thing was...
Okay. There it is. Push this thing up and then we'll... How wide is the handlebar compared?
And
about the same width, right?
It's a little bit shorter, but there's this giant space right here that we are not cutting out, unlike this thing.
Yeah. Okay, now let's fold it. Let's see what happens.
This, you take your other, you push this back as far. Do that.
There it is.
And it comes down.
Mm-hmm. What the handlebars looks like folded in, except for that extra mirror. Everything's pretty narrow. Not bad.